Yes, I went and did it. I put a building inside of a building, and I'll explain why. Hello and welcome to the Stover Farm Channel. I'm so thankful to have you here with us on this beautiful Thanksgiving morning. I hope everyone is doing well. It is absolutely gorgeous outside, and we're so thankful that we have finished harvest with zero breakdowns, zero injuries. And you might ask, what the heck am I doing? It's Thanksgiving. I'm out working. Well, it's early. Meg and the kids are back at the house. Working on the food. Meg is so good at making things. I'm looking forward to it. And we're not having family over until later on in the afternoon. So I've got the morning to do work. And I've got the 9390 with a case disker on the back of it. We've just been doing some fall tillage this field. And then across the highway, US 32, I've got the 9630 with a John Deere VT on it. And again, really to the point now where we're just cleaning things up. The fields all need to be run over. We're getting equipment back to the shop. And I thought I'd just take the morning and work on a couple of things in the farm before heading back to the house and enjoying some amazing food with friends and family. Yes, we have friends over for our Thanksgiving as well because they are part of our family. It is so nice to get everyone together on a beautiful day. Now, you saw in the intro that I made a couple of changes to the farm. And I know I said I wasn't going to do that I was done making changes to the farm, that I felt as though the map was right where it needed to be. But this is Farm Sim. And Farm Sim is the just absolute epitome of continuous improvement, right? We're always improving things. We're always making things better than what they are. And, well, I actually had to make these changes too. One, because I had an error that was popping up, and two, because my brain just really wanted me to try it. The first, I'll show you in just a minute. The changes, they're all up here in the yard area. Down here, everything, well, oh, yeah, okay, I did add that barn. I had zero area to do manure and slurry. I kind of had this, like, rigged up area over in the woods that I thought was going to work, but it really didn't. It was too far away. And again, for those that don't know about this, we're farming the entire map. So you can take a look at the overhead here. Always save your game. This is no man's land, and the entire map is ours. These are all of our fields. The house is here, down around what would be section 51. The yard area and the cow farm, or the cow barn, is in section 42. And we're farming all of it. So proper placement is really important because, you know, if you don't have things placed correctly, you're actually spending a ton of time moving around. And I'm trying not to use teleport as much as I have been, but it still is required every now and again because, again, it's just a big map. Yes, so the changes, they're up here. And why did I do them? Okay, well, one, because I was getting an error, and I tracked it down to, I think, 2 mods, and this aren't to say the mods are bad. There could be just a conflict, could be my system, it could be my game build, I don't know. But I had an animal realism mod installed that was allowing for, I believe, various stages of animal growth to have offspring, to have some animals become deceased if you didn't take care of them well or if you had overcrowding. And then I had was part of the White Farm Pack. It was a integrated dairy barn, silo area here. And every hour, on the hour, it was like clockwork, I would get an error. And it was driving me insane. So I deleted that. And then I had this big space here. We'll jump out of the game. We'll hop into the build mode. And you can see what I've done. The area needed to be filled. So I remembered, oh my gosh, I just built a map with this old school freestyle barn. And I was really happy with the details on it. So I threw that down. It was smaller though, so I moved the harvest stores over slightly. I've got them now by the commodity sheds and the bunker silos. This all kind of starts to make sense. I still have, some equipment storage over here, the implements, the trailers, whatnot. That road back there used to take you to where, I don't know what I was thinking when I built that. It was like a slurry pit, and it didn't work. Back to this, I digress. And then I needed a little area to store some equipment, so I found this older barn. It felt like it fit really well. We've got the mixers, we've got an International in there with a bed on the back of it. We can carry hay bales. We can haul milk here with this Ford F-350. We've got the skid steer in there, and it really it feels right. And I'm quite happy with it, the way it plays. So that was a change that I really needed to make. And so far, knock on wood, I have not had the error pop up. Although I still like to come in and save the game very frequently. Because I hate when you get, progress in the game, and then, boom, I was getting that error. It was crashing the game, crashing the application. It was shutting down, and I was done. And if I hadn't saved, I lost all that forward progress. The second change, which you saw in the intro, was with the main heated shop. Why did I do this? Okay, hear me out. This is a beautiful building. It's all platform. It's available on the in-game mod hub. I'll link it in the description. It has this beautiful little entry area with a kitchenette. You can roleplay this very nicely. You can turn lights on and off. It has a bathroom. It has a little seating area. Beautiful. A little small computer over here, but not really like an office. That's neither here nor there. And then when you get out into the actual shop, huge shop. Major, big area you can put equipment. Problem is, it's so big that you've got to really, really, really fill it up with equipment. And it felt like it was just too open. It was too clean. It was too tidy. I wanted it to be a little more chaotic, where you've actually got to move stuff around. You've got to do the equipment Tetris game. And I felt like a building like this would have segments in it, or sections in it. Kind of like you've got over in the main entry, and you can't actually see it now because, again, I've kind of accomplished what I wanted to do. You've got the little work area and the kitchenette. I thought there could be walls placed in here, kind of like the Manette Farms placeable, but that thing is huge too, although it's another beautiful, beautiful placeable item. So I took this shop. This is a Western Iowa shop. I've used it many, many times in the past. I love it. And it fit right inside here. And you've got to kind of pretend that this would likely either have storage up top, or these walls would go all the way to the ceiling, and you wouldn't have kind of the look that it is. But it fits in here perfectly. The metal sheeting. So now I've kind of got this area is for seed and fertilizers and herbicides and our liquids, things that we need. It's got a partition in it. This is a concrete partition available for all platforms. It's a silo. It's like a modular silo you can build. And this is one of the walls. But it works really, really well for just a placeable partition of something. So I've thrown that down. I've got, an area for things to be stored properly and safely. Let's say, maybe local code requires you to have all your dangerous equipment in its own little area that's properly temperature controlled. We've got that now. I've got shelving that I can place a ton of stuff on. And we've got dirt stains on the ground. Plus, look at this. I've now got my indoor wash bay. I always wanted one of these. I think there are some placeable items that have these, but none that I could see were available for all platforms. And now I've got it. This is a placeable item. Again, this was not easy to do. You kind of have to work this one of two ways. You either place these first and then place the larger building on top of them, or you place the larger building down first, and then in the build mode, you just trial and error it by dropping these in, trying to get them properly squared up. And it took some time, but I think it turned out really, really well, and everything still functions fine. I don't know what the performance of the game is like. I don't know if having things on top of each other like this affects performance. Yeah, I still get those stutters that I hate every now and again, but, for me, this did exactly what I wanted to do in a DIY fashion. See, there was a stutter right there that I'm quite happy with. Now, the question will be whether or not all my equipment fits in here now. I've got that Steiger out in the field doing tillage. I've got the 9630 across the highway with the VT. I've got the grain cart that is here now, and I've got another combine that needs to fit in here. It might get a little tight, and we may be doing the equipment Tetris game. Now, beautiful area here, too. So we've got a workshop set up. This is thanks to Mafia Mods. Mafia Mods has brought a number of items to the game that are really for roleplay. They're great. I'm sorry they are PC and Mac only, but they are great placeable items. This shelf with all these filters and cans and oils on them. They've got their Milwaukee impact wrench that actually acts as a workshop trigger. And now, over here, I've done a little change by adding some all-platform mods. These are some metal shelves and some containers for diesel fuel, but it's allowed me to color code them to have kind of a realistic representation of like a John Deere HydroGuard, other random types of oils, maybe a mobile Delvac or something like that in there, and the quantity actually in the container can go up and down, so you can role play on that just a little bit, and I thought it was kind of nice. And this makes up the new shop area, and it's quite chaotic in here, and I think it's far more representative of what a shed might be on a farm. So you are welcome to, hit me in the comments. I know I said I wasn't going to do any major changes, but this is Farm Sim. That's what it's here for. We make changes. I think it's kind of safe to keep the property the same, but if I make little continuous improvements here and there in various areas, especially to get rid of that big error that was crashing the game, I think it's okay. Let's run over to the dryer real fast. We were having some issues with the dryer in the last episode, and we have filled it full of all of our corn, and I want to see where we're at. It does look like it's moving once again. So we've got 194,000 liters of corn in the dryer, about 31,000 liters of propane there. We've got close to 380,000 liters of dry corn. So we're going to have 500,000 liters of dry corn when all is said and done. We did cut wheat, where, again, we made the mistake. It should have been beans. We'll fix that for next year. But those are over in some manual bins over here by the harvest stores. Our yield for the year was terrible. Quite simply terrible. And that was because we did zero field prep. I built the fields manually, and they didn't get any fertilizer. They didn't get really any manure or slurry. I just did them, planted them, and let them grow. and we got hit pretty hard. We were dinged. 50% of actual yield, which in Farm Sim, that means it could have been up to 100% or even higher. In Thundar's conversion and yield monitor mod, we were seeing about 140 bushels an acre on corn. Not terrible, not great. Kind of a Dyatlov type of yield for the year, but we'll hopefully have a significantly better year next year because I am going to be putting down fertilizer, do proper tillage. It's just going to be better. We're learning because we're playing this game as realistically as possible. Okay, so we've got most of the equipment back. It's Thanksgiving morning. Like I mentioned, family's coming over in the evening. I would like to take the side-by-side and run back up and finish working on some of the grass that I was doing. I had the John Deere ZeroTurn out trimming. It's one of those things where, you know, you're having family over and you want to have your yard, your house looking as nice as possible. So doing that, I think they're expected... Whoa! What in the world? That was almost catastrophic. Did you see that thing get loose? This is the beast. All-platform mod. I like it. It's got really nice, like, suspension articulation, but man, it got really loose right there. And you can see I've had the ZeroTurn out that I bought when I bought the Ford F450 over in Alma with Meg a couple episodes ago. I've just been trimming. When I was younger as a kid, you know, on a small house, I used to trim with like a Weedwacker or a push mower, and now, since we've got all this property, I have been trimming with the ZeroTurn. Where did I put the ZeroTurn? Really good question. That's what happens on a large map like this. You're like, where in the world did I put... there it is. Okay, it's over here by the horses. I knew I had it here somewhere. And this has been a really nice mod. This is a recent addition. I'll link it down in the description. All platforms. Very realistic sound. I had a John Deere V-Twin. I don't know if they're Kohlers or Briggs or what, but that's the way it started. I've actually got a Hustler ZeroTurn with a Kawasaki on it. That's exactly how it sounds too. So very realistic on those starting sounds. Very nice. So we're over here by Meg's garden, and we'll plant this year. She loves to plant sunflowers, and she makes, or I should say grows, some of the biggest sunflowers I've ever seen. She's got a small little greenhouse over here, and this ZeroTurn just fits perfectly in here. We could not fit anything else bigger around here. We would just be getting stuck down here by the creek. I had a massive conundrum not long ago. Might be able to sprinkle in a little video of that, but I almost, well, destroyed this ZeroTurn. Fortunately, it's built John Deere tough, and I was able to flip it back over, but I got it stuck and then rolled it a few times. So again, this works perfectly just in some of these real tight areas. I probably should get rid of some of this brush. I might do that in the spring. I think when I placed it down, I didn't realize how big it is. That's like a tree in and of itself. Whoa! Oh boy. I thought I was going in. And this doesn't need to be perfect, you know. Up by the house, I'd be a little more specific on the areas that I was mowing, but Just want to kind of get this trimmed down. Again, we're going to be getting snow soon. I don't know when that will start. Temperatures are still well above freezing here in Wisconsin. But nice to get this trimmed down before really the heavy freezes come and we do start to get some really bad weather. And we've actually got to talk about that. So if you play Farm Sim regularly, you know how snow plays on these maps. Now we're playing a 7-day month, and that's going to play an important role here in a minute. Usually you say you play a 1-day month. So you really only have a winter that is December, January, February, depending upon what area in the world you're farming. And then you might be playing, I don't know, 3 or 4x speed. Well, I'm playing 7-day months on 1x speed. Now, I'm still extremely happy with the way the gameplay is, because there's so much to do. But we're going to get snow, and it's going to stick around for a while. And we're going to get more snow, and more snow, and more snow, and more snow. And we're on no man's land. So what does that mean? Well, snow is going to go everywhere. These roads that I've created, they were grass at one point in time. And when you look at the snow mask, I've actually tested it out and had snow fall. It goes everywhere. You can't even see the roads. So I've got to do a little bit of thinking. I do have a 5R back in the garage with a blower on the front of it and a sand spreader on the back. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. I might need to talk with the county and see if they've got any plans to do any snow removal out on US 32. Remember, this is a very small county. We've got Sheriff Tom Bonelli. We are really have just a small municipal group of people that handle roads. They really failed when they were building US 32, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know if they're going to want me to do snow removal on the highway or not. We need to talk about that because I am not equipped to handle that currently. And hey, if they want me to, maybe they can pay me or give me some type of, I don't know, I guess it wouldn't be a tax incentive. That wouldn't be right. But maybe some type of payment. But if I do that, I'm going to need some equipment. But fortunately, we've had 0 snow so far into November, although it does look like it's calling for rain. So I do want to get this grass taken care of. And then probably just, put things away and go in and shower and get ready for family to come over and indulge ourselves in some amazing, amazing food. I'm just about ready. Now I got a couple of more little areas down here to get, but I'll probably run down and grab the Batwing, and that's going to make very fast work of the rest of the grass here on the property. I don't cut a lot of grass. I did cut the pathways back on the main farm. We've got miles of pathways, so that was nice to get done. And you can actually see where you're driving now. I do need to teach myself how to add different shades of grass. I know it's possible. And I've talked about this in some past episodes where I'm not a modder. I know nothing about modding, scripting, like 3D animations, going in and getting 3D models and turning them into like usable items in the game. Kudos to everyone that's able to do that. That is awesome. I am not one of those, but I would like to know how I can add different like shades of grass, colors of like paintable items, and even potentially different like heights of meadow grass. I know I've seen some maps that have like a really short grass, medium grass, and a tall grass, and then like a full-on meadow grass. I need to teach myself that, because I would like to have just a few more options here in Meadowlands. How's this looking? Pretty decent. Let's turn the mower off before I go over this bridge. Also saved you all from hearing my obnoxiously loud sneeze. Might be getting a little bit of a cold. Who knows? No, we don't want to get stuck. But I just do another little pass right here. Just some trimming, and then we'll grab the Batwing. And I think that should do it right there for trimming. So let me pull this ZeroTurn over. Again, very happy with this. I wish we didn't have to play the deal or play the game that we did. Oh, you know what I haven't gotten? Hold on, I got to get over here by this window. What was I saying? I wish we didn't have to play the game we did with that dealership in Alma, but it worked out fine. Again, I don't have any issues paying additional money. I just don't like when those extra costs are thrown in. You know, you advertise something at, say, you know, X, and that's fine. Then you get there and you agree on purchasing it, and then you're told, oh, well then we're also going to throw in all these other costs for you. Well, no, it doesn't work that way. I don't want to do that. I want to pay what is listed. That's, you know, water under the bridge, but we got this ZeroTurn out of it, and I'm happy. Okay, let me take this up to the shop. It's my little, you know, just home shop here. Nothing spectacular. I got the bourbon in there where I keep all of our, just, you know, equipment for the house or stuff that I might bring up from the main shop and leave it here. There's that 5R I was talking about, so 5100R. It's got a spreader on the back of it, and then it's got this Samaz blower on it. It's ready for winter. I just don't know if that's going to be enough for the yard, for the house, and then if the county is going to want us to do roads, I have no clue. Let's we'll hop in the XUV and we'll take this down. We'll go grab the Batwing. It always feels good to just get things tidied up right before winter, and this is making me happy. We'll go the back way. I don't know if you've ever been this back way before. And this is the back way around the horse pasture. And then up around. This is a very hilly area. And I didn't add a ton of these hills. In fact, I've, if anything, taken out hills in No Man's Land. But quite the elevation changes up here. Whoa, locking up those rear tires. Coming back behind the bunkers, back over here to the main shop. And I got a Batwing in here. Actually, it's, I guess, sitting out, but I've got a tractor that I can connect it to. I've got a little 7M in here. A little 7M. I could actually use that. Wouldn't that be red on green? That wouldn't look right. Right? Can't do that. Let's grab the 7M. This is probably a little bigger than what I need, but... I'll actually be curious to see if this will be able to pull up this hill. It's 215 horse, should be fine, but this is one heck of an elevation increase right over here. It's struggling a little bit. There we go. It's got some weird transmission and it's called like an auto quad. I don't quite understand it. It works okay though. Alright, we are going to make short work of this because I've got way too much tractor than what I need. But hey, what the heck, overkill's awesome. And I am so thankful that I brought in and did that trimming with the ZeroTurn, because this would have been impossible. Like, this is going to be really difficult right in here. I should have trimmed more. Now we can back this up, make this work. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I might have to get the... Got such an elevation change right there. Might have to get that ZeroTurn back out in some of these areas. That's fine. What I can't get with this, I'll get the ZeroTurn back out. We won't leave it. Might have some similar issues here. Oh boy. You know, and it's crazy how quickly time flies. It's Thanksgiving, be Christmas before you know it, New Year's before you know it. I felt like we just did this. As we get older, time goes so fast. I know it's very cliche, and everyone says that, but it is true. I got to watch the time as well. You know, Meg said I really needed to be done by noon to get in, get showered, cleaned up, and then help, you know, with the table setting. I've got to cut the turkey. Hopefully the turkey's done. We did not deep fry our turkey this year. Tried it last year. It was fine. It was good. I hear a lot of horror stories about deep frying turkeys. Come on, tractor. I think 20 minutes here to finish this off will be just fine. No issues. while I'm thinking about it. Although, again, knock on wood, very happy so far. I haven't had the crash of the same magnitude with the animal location error that popped up, so I'm hoping that those changes I made are going to work and stick. Get this taken care of. Might have to bring the ZeroTurn back over here too. I need like a happy medium between this super wide Batwing and then the ZeroTurn. And I think this side of the yard is now done. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get over here. This is a heck of a slope. Oh, I missed that right there. If I don't get that, that would drive me insane. That right there. Can we get up here with this? I don't know. Yeah, it'll fit. Probably wouldn't have fit if I didn't do that trimming though first. I am not fitting through there. Take it right up to it and then back up. And it looks like I've got a little bit right here, so this is, you know, safe to do. Right there, just a little bit of an elevation. Displaceable, when I placed it, it popped that up and I didn't catch it. See the soften that a little bit, and there's no way I'd be able to actually mow that properly. Wish you could do that in real life. Just, you know. Oops. Jackknifed here. "15 minutes before I gotta be done. Gotta be in the shower. Gotta stay on Meg's schedule. Cannot get her off that schedule. Would not be right to do." think that's about all I'm going to be able to get with this big guy. Let's turn it off and maybe raise her up. And let me grab the ZeroTurn. We'll finish this up with the ZeroTurn. I cannot in good faith leave these little grass pieces. Oh, right. Do you see any more? I think I might have had a few right across the driveway. But nothing else that I can see over here. I'll grab the weed eater and get underneath the windmill. Did we get everything? Nope, there's a little piece right there. And I see a little piece down here. Oh, and I got a few over here, too. And then I think we might have it. Although I will grab the weed eater and get underneath the windmill. We got, you know, a little bit more time before I have to jump in the shower. There we go. That Z Easy Track, what is it, a Z235, really nicely built mower. It survived that rollover, no issues. Quite happy with that. Just, you know, that Batwing would not get in some areas. It's way too wide. Now, where's my trimmer? There it is. Turn that off. Let's grab the trimmer. Come on. Whoa! Flung it around. Bring this out here. I don't like to enter the trimmer just yet because then you walk it like a mile per hour. So, I don't know if it'll allow us to get under here or not. Let's see if we can get in here. Oh, I don't know if it's going to let us. That is too bad. Hey, at least we tried. Nope. Well, you know how we fixed that, ladies and gentlemen. It won't let us. There's a collision in there. Ah. Okay, we'll do this. You know how you really fix this? Demo. Yes. Gravel. Yes. Buildings. Actually, it's in production. It's generators. And then we just put it back. There we go. See, that worked perfectly. Thank you all so much for stopping by. We got just a little bit done today. It's now time to go in and clean up. I hope everyone has a safe and happy holiday season. We'll see you next time right here on the farm with the Stovers.